Hello, and welcome to day 3 of my 30-day Learning Greek challenge. I see that I now have all of 5 subscribers, which is, well, it's amazing. It's more than I ever dreamed of. I'm not trying to sound sarcastic. I really am glad that people are watching this and enjoying it on some level anyway. So, thank you to my friends and family for deciding to watch me talk about something not entirely interesting. So, yeah, great, fantastic. Thanks for coming. Okay, now for my progress update. Well, let me say this. Okay. Σήμερα τελείωσα τον Michel Thomas, αλλά δεν έμαθα πολλούς λέξεις, γιατί δεν είχα χρόνο. Okay, there we go. I've said something in Greek. Okay. All right, what else can I tell you? Okay. Μίλησα με μερικούς Ελλάδες στο Hello Talk, αλλά δεν μπόρεσα να μιλήσω πολύ, γιατί αυτοί δεν ήθελαν να μιλήσουν με μένα. Okay, so there's a little bit of something in Greek. I'm sure I've probably tried to put the subtitles there. And I'm pretty sure it's more or less correct. So yeah, still pushing myself to actually say things. So like I said, I have now finished the Michel Thomas course, so I do have a little bit more grammar, a bit more of that fundamental vocabulary. Like I said, I haven't had time to study much vocabulary in detail today, but I have done one or two other things. I've done a little bit of, let's say, research about the language. This is something that I often do. Something will come to my mind. I'll think, well, how do you say this? How do you say that? What's this? What's that? And then I just go on the internet and try to find the answer, which is, well, I mean, I'm not sure how useful it is, but it keeps me amused. Anyway, apart from that, as I said, I've been using the Hello Talk application. I couldn't find anyone who really wanted to speak with me in depth, but I did a little bit of text chat with one or two people, and that was okay. But also, there's a section on that app where people make posts of different things. So Greek people will post about their activities in their day-to-day lives, and you can just kind of read it like any other social media network. So I had a little look at some of that, and I did find something that I was able to understand, and I was quite happy that I could understand that. And I'd like to just read it to you and tell you what it means, or what I think it means. Okay, so she says, "Καλό μεσημέρι από τη Vienne." Okay, which means good lunchtime, good, meri is the word for day, so μεσημέρι, it's like the middle of the day, it's noontime. So, καλό μεσημέρι από τη Vienne. So, from Vienna. So, happy midday from Vienna. Good midday from Vienna. Okay, so, then she says, πήγαμε να φάμε χοιρινό. Okay, now I remember from when I was studying Greek, last year, that χοιρινό actually means pork. So I know that, or pork or pig. So, πήγαμε, so we went, να φάμε, that we eat. Χοιρινό, so, we went, that we eat pork, so we went to eat pork. Alright, there we go, we went to eat pork. Ήταν πολύ νόστιμο che, what's that? Che ipame poli bira. Okay. Itan poli nostimo. It was very tasty. Che ipame poli bira. And we drank a lot of beer. Alright. Okay. Meta kaname volta sto potami che idame kai ligo to kentro. Alright, so meta, just like, you might remember meta from words like metaphysics, right? What does metaphysics means? It literally means after physics, right? Because, what is it? Who wrote the metaphysics? It was it's Aristotle, I think, right? And they called it metaphysics not because that was the title of the book, but because the book didn't have a title, and in the order of the books, it was the one he wrote after he wrote the physics. So literally, metaphysics just means after physics, like literally the next book, right? So meta is after. All right, so after that, kaname volta. Well, volta, I mean, that's from, clearly from Italian. So, the volta, a turn, a tour. So, kaname volta, we did a tour. Okay, sto potami. Okay, potami, like potamus, like hippopotamus, is river. Okay, so, sto potami. So, we did a tour of the river. We did a river tour. Okay. Che idame, che ligo to kentro. So, idame. So I know that this is from the verb vlepo. Now vlepo means I see, but in its dependent form, which you use, you need to use that to form the past tense and, the subjunctive and other things like that. It becomes tho. Okay? And then for reasons I'm going to go into in a moment, you need an extra syllable at the beginning. So that becomes idame. Okay, so we saw. Okay? Idame, ke means and. We also saw ligo, the little, to kentro. Kentro, like center. Okay, the center, right. So, idame ka ligo to kentro. We saw the center a little bit. I mean, it's not mega complex. It's not, it's not Proust. Okay, so this girl, Christina, seems to have had a very nice day doing, different stuff in Vienna. Good for her. So, anyway, I want to very quickly go back to my comments about the past tense that I made yesterday, because I implied that it's kind of a complicated thing to get right, but it's actually quite interesting, because if you remember, I said that you have to stress the verb on the antepenultimate syllable, right? But then, the clever amongst you will be thinking, but hang on, what if the verb only has 2 syllables? And what do you do? Well, there is a solution to that. So they have something called the augment. And what that is, it's just an extra letter. An extra letter. Normally it's an e, but sometimes it's an I. And all they do is, if it's a short word, they just put that little e at the beginning, and then it's a little longer for the extra syllable, and you've created an antepenultimate syllable. Magical. So, for example, the verb for I do is kano. Kano means I do something. So kano, I do. Kanis, you do. Kanete, you plural do. Kani, he does. Kanun, they do. Okay. So, to use that verb in the past tense, because kano is only 2 syllables, you need that extra sound. So you're going to put that extra e at the beginning. Alright? So, I did is ekana. Ekana. Okay? And then you did is ekanes. Okay? What about we did? Now that is kaname. Kaname. But there's no e at the beginning. Why isn't there an e? It's because, right? Because when you put the ending on that ame, when you put the ame ending on the root, it's no longer 2 syllables, right? So it's possible to stress the word on that antepenultimate syllable still, because it's kaname. Kaname. It's still the antepenultimate syllable. So, no problem. We don't need that augment there. There are some other sorts of subtleties and complications about that augment, which I don't really understand. Well, I understand it a little bit, but I'm not going to go into it at the moment because it's not really relevant. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff, I think. So, going forward, what's the next stuff? I've got to keep pushing forward and trying to get one of these Greek fellas to speak to me. Unfortunately, on this app, there don't seem to be a lot of people from Greece who are there trying to learn English or whatever. I did speak for a little while to a Palestinian guy who put himself down as Greek, but he just couldn't figure out how to use the app correctly. Spent about 10 minutes trying to explain to him that I didn't want to speak. It was a bit of a mess. So that was a no-go. And after that, I was speaking to another fella for about 5 minutes, and then he got bored and blocked me for some reason. Can't really comment on that. And then there was this Greek girl, and she was just kind of ignoring me, and I said to her, well, look, please just talk to me. There's no one else here. Can you please just talk to me? And she was like, no, I found someone. I don't want to talk to you. So it's going to be a little harder than I thought. And now that I think about it, I do now remember that I had exactly this problem like a year or two ago when I was doing exactly this. I was trying to find people to speak Greek to on this app. And it was a bit of a barren wasteland. So, not sure what I'm going to do. I guess I'll either just keep flogging that horse until I get somewhere, or I might try some other platform or some other website or something. I don't know, but I have to find someone, I have to speak to someone. Now, my mission for the rest of this evening, after I've cooked and everything else, is just studying that vocabulary, because, like I've been saying from the beginning, that's the real sticking point here. Okay, I have some grammar, I have enough grammar to get by, to make myself understood, but I don't have the words. Okay, so, more reading, more grammar. Okay, and I think that's all for today. Thanks for joining me. I will see you all again, all 5 of you. Keep multiplying, please keep multiplying, tomorrow. Alright, take care then. Bye-bye.